Let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Peter Rath, and in the Styrolution Specialties business, I'm responsible for 3 industries. It's compounding, construction, and toy, sports, leisure, and others. Let's start with a brief introduction of ENEOS Styrolution. We are the global #1 producer in styrenics. We have a revenue of more than 6 billion euro, 3,100 employees, and 16 production sites in the Americas, Europe, and Asia Pacific. This combination makes us the right partner for your projects. ENEOS Styrolution comprises former businesses from Bayer, BASF, and ENEOS. We are only 11 years old, but we have a history of more than 90 years in styrenics. Dedicated customer solutions are our ultimate focus and in our DNA. Sustainability is the top priority on our strategic agenda. We have set us ambitious goals to achieve net zero emissions by 2050 and sell 500 kilotons of ENEOS Styrolution Eco products in 2030. Now let's have a more industry-specific look on challenges we are facing and the solutions we provide to overcome them. Ken, what are the challenges we are facing in TSLO?
Thanks, Peter. Hi, my name is Ken Macintosh and I'm the Key Account Manager covering the UK, Ireland, Benelux and the Nordics for ENEOS Styrolution's specialties grades. My focus will be on what we call TSL, which is short for toys, sports and leisure. This ranges from large exercise and sports equipment, motorhomes and robotic lawnmowers, to small stationary items like pens and toys. I'll first look at the current challenges we face for this specific area, then cover some of the developments that we've made to provide solutions to these challenges with an ongoing focus on sustainability. If you last to the end of this short presentation, I may even cover a couple of specific examples. You may recognise from my accent that I'm from Scotland, where even we face an increasing challenge from rising temperatures and, just occasionally, high UV levels. We will look at the threat of global warming and the associated problems with higher UV, then consider the growing challenges in the regulatory field. As we focus on engineering polymers, these topics are all involved in some way with the sustainability of plastics, where we have much to offer. Some of the developments that we have provided go directly towards meeting these challenges. So I will look at our Lure&S service package before covering developments in the regulatory area. I'll expand on our engineering polymers and our rheology package, which supports mould designers with vital information before giving more detailed guidance on the background of our extensive eco range of products to enhance sustainability for both our customers and ourselves. We like to describe this as performance up, footprint down. We've all had an extended look into the near future during the recent summer months, with worldwide increases in heat, long periods of drought, and its associated effects on health and food and water security. Many heat records have been broken, again. It may have recovered in the short term, but the trend is undeniably towards a warming planet, even in Scotland. The steady increase in global temperatures and extreme weather events, with increases in the average hours of sunshine, leads directly to a damaging increase in the UV exposure experienced by plastics in outdoor use. It's not just our beach bodies that need protection from UV damage. Plastics will become brittle more quickly, losing their structural strength. They can also wart with heat and lose their true colour brilliance and fade prematurely. I've learned the hard way that a faded plastic garden seat means that it has been weakened and it may no longer support my weight. The rise in UV exposure is matched by customer expectations, where weatherability is a positive selling point, something that consumers will actively look for in a product. Product designers and manufacturers need to be confident that plastic parts will stay the same colour and retain their performance. Lure&S is our brand name for ASA, which is already a widely recognised leader in UV-resistant materials, to the extent that it is regularly used as a co-extruded capping layer of protection for other polymers. To aid customers, we've developed the Lure&S service package with the emphasis very much on service. Experts from our Colour Excellence Centres match existing colour specifications or customise colours using the best colorants and UV additives in the industry. They take into account the end application, the operating environment, and even the processing conditions during production. We have the option to add SPF 30, SPF 50 and even SPF 60 protection to our materials to further enhance the resilience of our Lure&S offerings. I'm sure the term SPF speaks for itself. Many Lure&S grades and colour combinations have already completed 5,000 hours of artificial UV weathering tests to quantify any fading, with resulting delta E measurements that predict any colour change over time. We provide this information to customers, allowing them to make confident claims regarding the future performance of their products and offer colour retention guarantees in many cases. Once we've developed a new colour with the customer, we will perform the same full testing to give the customer a statement of knowledge regarding future UV performance. Sample plaques and sample material are also supplied to allow trial production at the customer's site. Our latest enhancement to the UV protection in our extensive opaque range comes with Lure&S SPF 60, offering best-in-class UV protection for Lure&S applications. It's been specifically designed for high-gloss surfaces to provide superior colour fastness with less greying of parts. Gloss retention is significantly improved after prolonged UV exposure. NAS XC is the material of choice for applications with the highest requirements in clarity and optical performance, such as light guides, lenses, or other lighting applications. NAS XC UV provides enhanced UV resistance and high colour stability. It has a superior indoor and outdoor UV resistance. NAS XC UV Plus offers our best outdoor protection, with resistance to even the most challenging outdoor conditions. Clearlux 816 is the latest MABS solution, combining excellent flow, high impact strength, great heat resistance and good colourability. The UV version of Clearlux guarantees a protection of the properties for application for both indoor and outdoor. Enhanced impact protection is preserved because accidents sometimes happen. As we learn more about the potentially harmful effects of certain materials and additives in plastics, regulatory bodies work with suppliers to identify safe levels. It's necessary to anticipate and accommodate all future potential uses when testing for the safety of ingredients. Plastic toys and plastic pens were never designed to be eaten or chewed, but we need to consider the strong possibility of this when assessing the safety of materials used in all of these applications. Growing technical capabilities lead to even more sophisticated analysis of materials, leading to more complex polymers with more specific and specialised testing requirements for producers. We perform all due diligence, taking the necessary steps to fully comply with all regulatory guidelines. We've invested resources to meet these challenges with a greatly increased regulatory team to ensure continued success. Each grade meets every applicable regulation, as you would expect from the world's leading styrenics producer, exceeding the requirements in many cases to ensure compliance with regulations that may vary from one country to another. The various national drinking water regulations are a good example of the complexity involved. The European Drinking Water Directive applies to most EU countries, but the UK applies its own water regulations. We have developed a new Novadur grade, SPM 90, specifically to meet the challenge of stricter drinking water regulations. This, in parallel, makes it a perfectly suitable candidate for toys. EN 71 is harmonised in the European Union under the Toy Safety Directive. This ensures that all toys in the EU are fully tested and compliant with all applicable EN 71 standards. Novadur M210TF is a medium impact, high gloss injection moulding grade designed specifically for toy applications and is fully compliant with food contact regulations. The 15th Amendment to the Plastics Regulation adds new substances to the positive list, introducing several substantive changes to the plastics regulations. This is an evolving challenge where all our tested grades have complied, including all Lurin, SAN and SBC grades such as Styroflex and Styrolux. Other grades are in the process of completing testing. Our website contains easy access to our InfoPoint ID, where all regulatory questions are routed for a quick and accurate response from the appropriate expert. Our eShop offers direct access to all regulatory documentation and certification for our registered customers. Manufacture of tools is shifting back to Europe as economies learn that they cannot rely on supply from Asia during times of crisis such as COVID. Plastics are increasingly being asked to do more than a simple task, with the interaction between the different plastics having an effect on everything from appearance to sound. The opacity of plastics can be used to enhance products in innovative new ways. The balance of strength and flexibility may need to vary according to the application and environment. Weight reduction is a big target for plastic parts, both to minimize the cost and to improve efficiency. But this needs to be done without reducing product strength, giving an opportunity for fillers and fibers to be used. Materials and designs must be used with one eye on the future, reuse and recycling. As we will see in the following slides, it's important to allow programs like MoldFlow to work with designers. These grades provide assistance in that direction, in addition to their targeted performance. Novadur M203 G3 SL with its 15% glass fibre is an injection moulded ABS grade with exceptional stiffness and rheological data. For greater heat resistance, there's Novadur HH106 G2 with its 8% glass fibre reinforced ABS for injection moulding. Novadur Ultra 4140 PG is an ABS PC plating grade combining high heat resistance and excellent impact strength with unique surface properties. Terblend S NM31 offers high UV resistance, excellent haptics and aesthetics with a superior surface for high definition rotational moulding. Multiple Lurin SC grades combine very high heat and UV resistance with elevated mechanical performance. One even offers flame retardancy, including V0 classification. Remember, all of these grades come with the data required to run MoldFlow. As a service to parts and tool designers, we support MoldFlow with detailed specifications regarding the flow measurements for all our grades, allowing designers to use their expertise to maximise the efficiency and quality of moulded parts. This improves predictability and reliability of designs to speed up the route to sampling, production and eventually the end customer. Our material experts are available to assist with everything from grade selection to maximising the production of process at the moulder's premises if required. This detailed data can be used by MoldFlow to assist designers in optimizing part design and production using isotropic grades. Bronze level analysis confirms basic design elements where you need to know such things as fill, gate location, temperature and weld lines. If cooling issues are a concern, then consider the silver level analysis, which adds cooling time, gate freeze, shear rate, volumetric shrinkage and warpage in X and Y directions. The full gold level package can offer recommendations for minor part design changes such as ribs, wall stock and flow leaders, reducing warpage and improving processing conditions. Sustainability is undoubtedly one of the most important topics today. Recent and ongoing threats to the secure supply of existing energy sources have accelerated the need for reduction of energy consumption. Negative effects on our climate from the currently mainly fossil fuel-based energy generation need to be mitigated. As governments, companies and consumers wrestle with the multiple challenges, reducing the carbon footprint of every product and process is vitally important. This includes the energy used to create raw materials, right through to finished products. Increased use and reuse of existing and potential sources of recycled materials and minimization of the energy used to process them is also essential. The term carbon footprint is now more widely recognized, understood and sought after by consumers as a guide to their purchasing decisions. This trend will certainly continue to accelerate. We want to offer our customers sustainable products that still maintain the highest performance but with a lower carbon footprint In other words, performance up, footprint down. As you can see in the diagram, originally we would start with the fossil feedstock. This would be turned into monomers, then polymers, and finally by our customers into finished products. If not recycled at the end of its useful life, it would end up in landfill or incineration, depriving it of a second or third life as another useful product. The mechanical method of recycling begins with the collection, shredding, cleaning, sorting and modification of the waste before being compounded into usable plastics to be reused in manufacturing. If a higher level of purity is required for a stricter drop-in standard, such as food contact grades, the shredded and cleaned waste will be turned into basic monomers or polymers again. These are then fed back into the normal manufacturing process. This effectively removes any unwanted ingredients from the final polymer, restoring its purity. The bio-attributed option is a further enhancement to this approach. It's worth highlighting this does not compete with land use. This is a clear differentiator from the bio-based products, which use sugarcane, corn or other plant sources that take land and resources from the growing demand for human food consumption. Our European production facilities have been converted to 100% green energy, providing leadership to the industry. Our growing range of eco-grades use less non-sustainable resources and as a result create a lower carbon footprint than equivalent fossil-based grades. This can be as much as an impressive 93% reduction. Our entire sourcing and production process is certified by the International Sustainability and Carbon Certification, also known as ISCC. Looking in a bit more detail, we've chosen two complementary approaches to our eco range, with the reuse of existing waste plastics and non-fossil based ingredients from organic waste streams. To avoid littering and the disposal of post-consumer use plastics, and to enter into our real circular economy, we provide a range of recycling grades. The first grades, which are already launched and available to the market, are from our Novadur ABS product group. They use the mechanical recycling from WE, which we should all know is short for waste, electrical and electronic equipment. This is a fast and very effective way to recycle, but requires a reliable supply of quality recyclate. Although it works well as a drop-in solution for existing applications, this method has some limitations in terms of flexibility for more demanding applications, due to slight variations in recyclate quality. A more sophisticated method of recycling is what we call advanced recycling. The waste is chemically decomposed to create pyrolysis oil. This then replaces the fossil-based naphtha in our production, giving higher flexibility for the end applications. It presents no compromise or limitation compared to fossil fuel-based grades. Where suitable plastic waste is not readily available, we use bio-feedstock in a range of bio-attributed grades. We start from bio-circular sources such as crude tall oil, forestry residue or similar organic waste. We refine it to extract the base monomers for so-called bio-naphtha. This replaces the fossil-based naphtha in our production process with a chemically identical ingredient that perfectly replicates every aspect of the crude oil-based version. As a major advantage, there is no need to recertify or run process trials, as absolutely nothing has changed in the polymer. Bio-attributed grades are the purest form of drop-in solution for a pain-free switch to a greener material. For more details, please take an opportunity to view our dedicated sustainability section introduced by my colleagues. Here are a couple of those promised examples. Trodat is the world's largest manufacturer of rubber stamps. The company required a sustainable solution to support their efforts to improve sustainability and lower the carbon footprint of its products. Trodat has a strict list of requirements for a greener alternative material that had to offer identical mechanical properties to their existing fossil-based material. Due to the tooling complexity, high flowability was a key requirement. The nature of the application requires a good stiffness to maintain smooth function and product longevity. This all had to be achieved whilst maintaining the high gloss surface finish required by a quality branded product. To maximise the sustainability of the solution, Trodat chose the Novadur Eco As one of the world's largest and most respected brands within the stationery market, Schneider wants to lead in the field of sustainable sourcing and manufacture with its product range. Schneider selected Luren Eco as their preferred material for a variety of reasons. Luren Eco continues to provide high surface quality and dimensional stability whilst maintaining excellent transparency, high stiffness and exceptional heat resistance. ISCC provides the security for a fully certified supply chain that ensures that bioattributed material is included under the mass balance process. The ISCC Plus certification provides the confidence to link the correct quantities required to meet customers' efforts towards improved sustainability and lowering the carbon footprint of their products. Schneider also had a long list of requirements for a greener material that had to offer identical mechanical properties to their fossil-based equivalents.
Good afternoon. This is Peter Rath from Ineos Styrolution. First of all, a very warm welcome to all participants to this webinar. It's great to have you all here. So you will have expected to see Ken Macintosh also in the Q&A session. Unfortunately, Ken has fallen sick, and Andreas Kolf is so kind to cover for him today.
Hi there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed what you saw. We have given you some insight into product developments, into services that we can offer to our customers, all with the intention to give you the opportunity to differentiate your offering towards your customers and to speed up project developments. So styrenics are made for recycling. So this was a slogan that we are following strictly, and which we have now backed with a lot of sustainability products. Our Eco initiative, where we promote and sell and provide um, uh, sustainable products based on different waste and raw material streams. You saw the mechanical recycling options, and you also saw bioattributed options, which are drop-in solutions where you can use these materials without changing any of your processing parameters, as the products and the feedstocks used are chemically identical. So nevertheless, there may be questions left with yourselves, and you're of course very kindly invited to raise such questions with Andreas Kolf and myself, and we will try our utmost to answer them. So who would like to start with his question? I think we have loaded you with a lot of information. I hope you find it valuable. And that was, of course, a lot of information in a condensed way. Hopefully, we have not overdone it. I hope that there's some questions left, which you are kindly invited to raise with us. So not yet much to see on my screen from the audience. So is it all clear what we are going to do, why we have launched that initiatives on sustainability? Any problems, concerns that you may face within your business or area where we can be of support? That seems not to be the case. Of course, we are also available for questions that you may want to raise with us in writing. So you may know our email address system. So it's peter.rath@ineos.com or andreas.kolf@ineos.com. So please feel free, and you're kindly invited also to raise any questions with us in writing. And of course, we will then come back to you and answer them as good as we can. So there's nothing more we can do for you in this session this afternoon. So then let me thank you again for your participation. I hope you found it all interesting. and see you soon or talk to you soon. Thanks a lot for seeing us. Bye-bye.
Very much. Bye-bye.
Driving success together.